Hi friends, this is Tasha Rhodes from Radical Mothering. I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at our garden. This is what it looks like right now. I'll just kind of run over really quick and let you know what I'm planting so far. I am still waiting for some seeds in the mail, so this is not everything. And I am saving certain containers for planting in, like these milk jugs. So I'll start over here. So these milk jugs all have tomatoes, and these are going to contain they're indeterminate tomatoes, so they are actually going to get hung up on shepherd's hooks. So, and these will get transplanted into something bigger too, because that they need a little bit more space for their roots. But for the start, this is what they're going to be in, and they'll just hang by the milk handle. And let's see, up here we've got marigolds that are popping out. There's some tomatillos here, and some more of the same indeterminate tomatoes. They're beams. They're a little yellow cherry tomato. And then we have lavender and chamomile over here. And then I have all sorts of melons here. So I've got some Japanese muskmelon, some cantaloupe, Minnesota midgets, and watermelons. And then up here, I have echinacea and marigolds and calendula. And then, let's see, these are some squash seeds in this row. And then in this tray, there are two different kinds of tomatoes. They're black Krim tomatoes and some standard Roma tomatoes. So I've got a cherry tomato, a slicing tomato, and a paste tomato. And then over here, we have climbing French beans, bush blue lake beans, Ideal Market, Kentucky Wonder, all beans. And we've got cucumbers, some super sugar snap peas, some squash. It's a top-notch golden squash. And then this one is a Guatemalan blue banana squash. These are, excuse me, I'm not forgetting flowers because I do have a Marion garden. So these are some impatiens for the Marion garden. Poppies, calendula. This is basil and rosemary. And this is echinacea. These three and this one here are calendula for medicine and because they're pretty. And then these are all echinacea for medicine and because they're pretty. And then this is lavender and basil. So I have three basils there. Oh, I'm sorry. This is rosemary, not basil. So I have two rosemaries and two basils. All right, I'm going to flip my chart over, and then I'll show you guys how I do my chart too. And some of these seeds, I do want to say, are direct sow, but I also like to start some too. So I've got two plantings. So like the beans and the peas and the melons, a couple of the flowers. They're all direct sow, but you can also start them inside, which in Minnesota we kind of have to. Let's see up here. So there's some Chianti hybrid sunflowers up here, and they're really deep purple like Chianti. And these are mammoth sunflowers, and I'll, of course, direct sow some of those too. These are more cucumbers, just pickling cucumbers. And there's cantaloupe right here and watermelon right here, and more basil plants. And then here we've got more Ideal Market beans, more climbing French beans, more Roma tomatoes, more marigolds, because I love marigolds. They're kind of my favorite flower to have because they're really good for keeping bugs away. They smell really good. They're part of a Marion garden, and that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that you're hearing. And then more poppies. So I've got poppies here. So that's what I've got planted so far. I'm waiting for some herbs to show up. And as you can see down here, I've got jugs and bowls of dirt and my watering can and my seed packets and all of that all down there. Just waiting. This is kind of my staging area. I do have to go to Menards and replace my growing lights. And I hang my growing lights from up here. We don't use this track lighting. It's not even connected. We need to take it down. But the hooks that are up there are really useful for hanging growing lamps over here. So that's what we use to keep these warm. But they are persisting even though they don't have a growing lamp. So I'm excited about that. And then I'll just show you, I'm going to paint this out so that it's really pretty and friendly in my art journal. But this is kind of my chart as to where everything is, so that I can keep track of what's what. And I'm going to make this prettier in my art journal, just like my garden space is. So as you can see outside, there's snow. Let's see. Here's the front yard. I have not even started cleaning up the front yard yet because there's really no point. We're going to have 30s still yet this week. I think after this week I'll start cleaning the front yard since my perennials are up and some of them are still a little bit buried, but most of my perennials are popping up. You can kind of see, let's see, around the bird bath there. There's some irises. Those are all irises. And I've got some tulips popping up. Let's see where else. Tulips popping up. So that's all that's kind of coming out so far. I do have, my trees are budding. My pear and my apple trees are budding. My raspberries are budding. My lilacs are budding. The elderberry is budding. The plum tree is budding. Let's see if we can see over on this side. And I didn't even clean out over here yet, but there's the elderberry and the plum tree are right there, and they both have buds. And I've got another elderberry in the back that has buds on it. So that's kind of where we're at right now with the garden. So that's the update, and I will look forward to seeing you guys later this afternoon with our live stream with Travis. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.